Welcome back. Vivi Allen is here with us in the studio, and she is the operations director of the Lyric here in Harrison, Arkansas. So, as always, there's something going on all the time.
Always.
And I know
Always. Sometimes it's back to back and overlapping, which it is right now, which is wonderful. A building like that, a beautiful building, ought to be utilized by the community, and it certainly is right now. We have coming up Thursday night, starting Thursday night, a collaborative with North Arkansas Community College, True West, and that's going to run Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday night, and Tuesday night.
You know, I can't imagine just having that long run. That's awesome.
It is, but Michael and Brian are just doing an awesome job. I wander through and do stuff, and Becca's doing a great job, as always, directing.
Becca Wilson is the director for this.
And the play's going to be phenomenal. And then off-site and in various other places.
Yeah, there's other things going on with other plays, right?
Yes, Sound of Music is already in practice, and the children are darling. Of course, I love to watch them, and they are so cute, and they are doing a wonderful job. And that will be, Sound of Music is December 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Okay.
And will be a wonderful show. We're already selling tickets
I
for
was
both.
a
I mean, they're
crowd
flying out of the office. Sound of Music, too. We have Tim Ernst on December 19th. And for those of you, and many of you know this, he has an avid group of followers. He will bring a load of treasures and books and calendars to sell, so they're Christmas presents right there.
And he'll do a slideshow, won't he? Or
he does do a slideshow. And he always does one, usually on a specific thing or perhaps on his new book. And it'll be wonderful. And then we've got a bunch of movies coming up, which is, I think, part of what you wanted me to talk about.
Sure.
A lot of the schools in the community this time of year reward their students or give them a day out, and they'll bring them to the Lyric, and they get to see a Christmas movie and have a pop and popcorn or water and popcorn.
It's a lot different than watching it at home.
Yes, it is. They get to watch it on the big screen. We have lots of first, second, third graders, a lot of elementary schools. And we've got 3 or 4 already lined up. And I get tickled that we have locals, that drink coffee at the townhouse or something, and they'll see the school buses coming, and they'll come by and look. But it's great. It really is. And we still do have room left if there are schools that want to book during that last week, I think, before school's out.
Yeah. Now, are these just Harrison schools that are booking these?
No, we have some other county schools as well.
Okay. So if you're in our listening area and you'd like to be a part of that, just call the office and see what's available.
Yes, exactly.
What's the office number?
870-391-3504.
I had to throw that out there.
And they can call my cell phone too if they want to,
Okay.
which is 365-8894.
Yeah, because the office is not manned
8 to
24/7.
5.
8 to 5.
Right,
Yeah,
no,
it's not
no.
manned.
And they can call, and it's just awesome. And, you had 20th Century ladies on earlier, and I also want to mention they do a wonderful program with the school system and do an art and poetry program, which is, I think, sponsored by the Greater Federated Women's Clubs. But they have a local deal of that, and they always have their final program and their awards ceremony at the Lyric. And they are one of our original members, as is Women's Book Club and the Theater Company. So, we have a lot of great support in the community, and we are so lucky. And memberships are still flowing in, and we will still take your memberships.
Sure, yeah.
And
that's a big thing to, with a membership that shows that you support, the arts in our region, in our area. And that's what's saved the Lyric from being destroyed.
Yes,
becoming a parking lot or whatever. And that's one of the most ornate buildings in town.
It is, and we have some beautiful murals inside, which are preserved. And there were a lot of dedicated people back in the old days, so to speak. Ken Bailey, Jim Gresham, and they not only did it by voice, they got in there and scrubbed the floors and tore things out. Pat and Paul McBride, Roberta and Tony, and they put the time in.
Yeah.
And you know, we've all come
we're the
along
caretakers of
afterwards.
that. Yeah,
yes,
trying to
we
keep
are
it
the
going.
caretakers.
Yeah.
And it's a awesome responsibility.
Yeah.
Someday, if you really stop and think, and of course I don't have that much time to stop and think about it, but if you stop and think about it, it is. But I do want to encourage any of the schools that have not, and I have a couple that I haven't heard from that I usually have by now, about having a Christmas movie for the kids to go ahead and do so.
It's a great,
because we do have time.
What do they call it?
Outreach.
A field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a kind
it
of
is a field trip.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where you can, and it's during the day.
Yes.
That's where they can, you know, what great, I mean, we used to love field trips. Get
You
out
bet.
of class and not having to do all that mundane routine stuff that we do in school.
Yeah,
But
and
this
then
time
you
of the
get
year-
to go have popcorn and candy
Yeah.
and pop before lunch.
Yeah,
Shoot.
you can act a fool in front of the other kids in the class.
Yes.
That's what I would do. Oh, you probably
Don't
never
say
did.
that.
Yeah. Anyway.
None of the three of us ever did that.
Well, Vivi, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for asking me.
And Lyric, it's a great treasure, and we are behind it wholeheartedly, and we hope
Yes.
the community supports the functions going down there. If you want to know more about that, there's a schedule and a calendar on the website. You can go to www.thelyricharrison.org.
Yes.
And
you'll
you
find
can
out more
also
information.
purchase tickets online.
Online now.
Yeah.
So that's,
Which is wonderful. And there's a little button over there that says get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. And it's wonderful. And you don't have to worry about catching somebody. You don't have to worry about coming to the box office
Right.
the night of the production, especially with the two that are upcoming.
Yeah.
And perhaps not having a seat.
Yeah.
now they are general admission on there.
On
correct?
True West, they are general
Okay.
admission. On Sound of Music, because we are doing it one weekend, they did set it up, and I think Dan, I'm
Reserve
sure,
seating,
set it
yeah,
up
yeah.
Pick
so
your
that
seat.
it's so you can
pick
pick
a
your seat, and that way, you know that you're guaranteed a
Right.
seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's great because you can print your ticket at home if you have a
Right.
printer.
Right.
Print your ticket and then just walk up and walk on in, and then you don't have to go to the box office and check here, check there, and stand in line. You just go right on in.
But we need to tell them too that if they have lost their ticket, we have a list.
Have a list. We print out a list, and your,
Yes,
your
and
name will be on the list.
I would lose my ticket. I would print it out, and I would get in my car, and I would get to the Lyric, and I'd think, oh, my ticket's laying on the counter.
And that's happened.
I want to
Yes.
mention too that when you do your tickets, you can also, there's a place to utilize your voucher. It lets you know if you have a
Yeah. Yes.
voucher that
Yeah,
you can.
you can deduct
Right,
that. You can
right.
use your voucher on there.
Yep.
Cool, cool. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you
Vivi.
all.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
We'll have you back.
Okay.
As always. Let's see, what's the time say?
55.
It says 55. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll be back, close the show out. Stay with us.